Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video session, I'm going to solve paper 4, further problem solving and programming skill, and code is 9608/43, and this is October-November 2021. Let's start the session. Task number 1 is about recursion. Iterative algorithms can be written as recursive algorithm and vice versa. Okay. Research the advantages and disadvantages of recursive algorithm and compare to iterative algorithm. Recursive algorithm. What is recursive algorithm? It's a function that calls itself again and again until reach to the base condition. This is a base condition. Base condition means that is having a solution. Advantages. Code is very simple and shorter as compared to iterative program because of defining only base case and recursive case. Number 2, some problems are inherently recursive such as graph and tree traversal. Disadvantage, it takes more memory. It also has greater time requirements because each time the function is called, the stack grows and the final answer is returned when the stack is popped complete. Task 1.2, identify the recursive calls in the following pseudocode algorithm. Where is recursive call? This is recursive call. Recursive call number 1 and this is recursive call number 2. This is recursive call and here is another recursive call. There are two recursive calls, recursive num1, num2 and recursive num1, num2. And what is the recursive function? This is my recursive function. Num1, num2 both are integers variable. Return 20 plus 2 and recursive num1, num2. Return 10 plus 2, that is recursive num1, num. Task 1.3. Dry run the above algorithm, complete the following trace table and identify the final return value when the function is called as follows. Recursive 5, 3. What you are passing? You are passing 5, 3. Your calling function call is recursive 5, 3. Number 1 is 5, number 2 is 3. And first of all, it will check if num1 is less than 0 or num2 is less than 0. No, this condition is false. Then it will move to else. And if num1 is less than num2, the value of num1 is 5 and value of num2 is 3. It means this condition will also false and then it will go to else. And what is written in else? Num2, they will decrease value in num2. Num2 minus 2. Okay. What is num2? Then after next statement is return 10 plus 2 and I have written 10 plus 2. This is 10 plus 2 multiplied by recursive num1 and num2. In the recursive, value of num1 is 5 and value of num2 is 3 but minus 1 minus 2. Okay. If you will do minus 2, then remaining value is 5, 1. Okay. Next, they will call the recursive function itself with parameters 5, 1. Okay. Now, this is my recursive function with parameters 5, 1. Okay. The num1 is 5 and num2 is 1. Okay. Again, this condition will false. This condition will also false and it will true. It will execute this else. And again, they are going to reduce 2 in num2. Okay. Means no value of num2 is 1. If you will minus 2, it will give you minus 1. Okay. Minus 1. Now, second parameter having the value is minus 1 and the first parameter is 5 and okay, but it will return 10 plus 2 multiplied by, again they are calling recursive function. Okay, they are not getting the solution from this line. Okay, what they will do, they will go to the base case. Okay, now next recursive function is 5, minus 1. Okay, 5 is num1 value and num2 value is minus 1. Okay, now in this case, now this condition num1 is less than 0. Yes, this condition is true, but num2 is not true. But in between there is or. Or says that if one of the condition is true, then it will say true. Okay, now this case, what they will do, they will return 1. Okay, now what they will do, they will return this value. Okay, now 1 is the answer of 5 minus 1. 1 is the answer of 5, minus 1. Okay, if I will go back 5 minus 1, where it will use 5 minus 1. Okay, if I will put 1 in place of recursive 5, minus 1, then what will be the answer? 10 plus 2 multiplied by 1, answer is 12. No, 12 is the answer of this function recursive 5, 1. Okay, where it is used 5, 1, they are using recursive 5, 1 in this place. Okay, how they will calculate? 10 plus 2, 10 plus 2 multiply by 12 equal to 34. Okay, 34. Okay, now 34 is the solution, is the answer of this function, that is recursive function and having the parameter 5 and 3. Now final returning value is 34. Okay, what will be the return value? Final value? Final value is the 34. Is it clear till now? Next one is task 1.3. This is task 1.3 and now we have solved this task 1.3. Answer is 34. Here you will write 34. Task 1.4. Write an algorithm when the function is called recursive 10, 15. 10, 15. Create the trace table to show your working. Okay. Where is the trace table? I'm using the same table. Recursive value is 10, 15. This is 10, 15 and I am going to open this is my algorithm. Recursive 10, 15. Number 1 is 10 and number 2 is 15. Okay. Number 1, they will false this condition. Num1 is less than num2. Num1 is less than num2. This condition will true. Now in this case they will reduce 2 from the num1. Okay, and they will use this condition. Okay, what is written there? Return 20 plus 2 times recursive function call itself. No, what I will return 20 plus 2 multiplied by recursive function. First of all, I will solve recursive 8, 15. Okay, now I will check what is in a 8, 15. No, this is recursive function 8, 15. Num1 is 8, num2 is 15. I have written the same parameter, but this time they will reduce 2 in parameter number 1, that is 8 minus 2, it will become 6. It will become 6 and again in the next value recursive function 4, 15, in the next recursive 2, 15, in the next stage recursive 0, 15, but here if you will see 0, 15 and num1 less than 0, it should be less than 0, but here is equal. Okay, this condition will false. Next one is reduce minus 2. No, value is minus 2. Recursive function minus 2, 15. What happened here? Now this condition will true. When this condition will true, it will return 1. Okay, it will return 1. The answer of the recursive function minus 2, 15 answer is 1. Okay, now what they will do, where it is used recursive function minus 2, 15, they have used in this place. If I will substitute by this value and value of this function is 1. Okay, if I will substitute value of 1, then what will be the answer? The answer will be 20 plus 2 times 1 equal to 22. This 22 is answer of recursive call 0, 15. Now, if I will substitute 22 in place of this value, then it will be 20 plus 2 times 22. It will give me 64. Now, 64 is the value of this function, recursive 2, 15. This is recursive 2, 15. I will put this 64 in place of this value. Okay, recursive 2, 15. Then I will compute this value. If I will compute this value, it will give me 148. Now 148 is the solution of recursive 4, 15. Where it is used, it will use in this place. Okay, means 148. Now 148 times 2 plus 20, it will give me 316. 316 is the solution of recursive function 6, 15. Okay, if I will solve 6, 15, answer will come 316. Okay, now 316 times 2 plus 20 it will give me 652. Now 652 is the solution of this recursive function a with having parameter 8, 15. Okay, and when you will substitute the value of this function, the value is 652 times 2 plus 20, it will give me 1324. Okay, final return value is 1324. Okay, this was task 1.4. Task 1.5 is rewrite the recursive algorithm as an iterative algorithm. Okay, now I will convert this function into iterative function. Okay, this is my main function. In the main function, I am calling the function recursive with parameters 10, 15. Okay, this function name is recursive. This is recursive. They are taking two parameters, num1 and num2. Both are integer parameter. Prim result as integer equal to 1. If num1 less than 0 or num2 less than 0, then it will return 1. Because why I wrote? Because here is written if num1 less than 0 or num2 less than 0, return 1. I am using the same condition, and I have written num1 less than 0 or num2 less than 0, then it will return 1. Next is if num1 less than num2, then reduce in num1 minus 2 and call this recursive function. What I did, I have written else num1 less than num2, then there should be a loop. Loop will continue until it will reach to negative value, while num greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0 even. Okay, then what you will do, num1 equal to num1 minus 2, and the resultant value is 20 plus 2 times the result. What is the result? Result is the variable that are keeping this expression. Okay, it will move, and when loop will finish, when you will get negative value. Okay, in case of negative value, then it next statement is return result. Okay, I have used this recursive function by using this iterative code. Okay, and same way I have used num2 greater than equal to 0, and in this case I am reducing 2 in num2. Okay, and same way I am storing the result into variable result res. Okay, it will calculate, it will compute it will calculate until num2 will get negative value. Okay, then return result. Okay, when I will run this program, what will be the output? Suppose I am calling this same function recursive 10, 15. Now answer is 1324. If you will check from the file, what will be the answer last time of this recursive call? The recursive call 10, 15 answer is 1234, and same answer is 1324. Okay, this is the iterative code. This is the iterative code I have solved through iterative code, and this one is the recursive code. Okay, by using recursion I solve this function, that is recursive function having parameter 10, 15. Answer is 1324, and this by using iterative code I got the answer same 1324. This is Jackson structured programming. Study the following JSP structured program. This is find value, this is input num1, num2, and choice is num total. You will get by using this expression. Total you will get by using this expression. Total you will calculate by using this expression. This is the output. Task 2.1 is state the meaning of the circular symbols on the diagram. Circular symbol mean these are the choices you can implement by using the if else statement. Circle symbols shows the selection where is only one has to be chosen. Task 2.2 write the algorithm using pseudocode to represent the diagram. Algorithm using pseudocode to represent the diagram. What I have written here, this is procedure. Find value, input num1, input num2. If choice equal to 1, then it will give me total equal to num1 multiplied by num2. On choice 2, num2 multiplied by num2. Else it will do num times num1. That is total, and if, and this is the end of total. This is the output of the total, and this is the end of procedure. This I have written the code of this diagram. Okay, this is the diagram, and that is the code. This is the diagram, and this one is the pseudocode. Okay, next one is task 2.3. In the task 2.3, draw the JSP structure diagram for the following pseudocode algorithm. What is going on? Procedure, calculate result x equal to 0 while x is less than equal to 10. This is a loop. In the loop, there are two statements are repeating, input x and input y, and while, and if x greater than y, then you will calculate the total by using this function, and else you will calculate total equal to new total of it, and then they will display the total. What I did here, this is calculate result, that will give me, this is a function procedure, and this is variable x, input x, this is repeating, and what is in repeating? In value of input x and input y, this is repeating, this is in the loop, and here is the choice. Maybe you will select this value, and maybe you will select another value. Okay, one of them, and this is the output, and here it will display the total value. This is the solution JSP structure diagram of the code. File processing and exception handling. Helena is writing a computer program to store data about patient in hospital. Okay, this is right using pseudocode, the declaration of a record structure to store the patient data. The record need to store unique number like 15756, ward like D1, and doctor ID. This is doctor ID, and this is the date of admission. Okay, what I will do for that purpose, this is type is patient data. This is n type. What are the fields name is there? Unique number, data type is integer, ward, data type is string, doctor ID, data type is a string, and date of admission, data type is date. Task 3.2, 3.3 and 3.4 I have done in a program. Then I will show you the program. Here I have written a program. This is structure, patient data. Structure name is patient data, and this is end structure. And what I did, I have written dim unique number, that is integer. Then VB fixed string. I have taken fixed string because I want to get the length of the structure object, that is word, and the variable name is word as a string. and name Dr. ID as a string. Both are the string. I have written fixed string 10 and 10. Date of admission as date. And if I will calculate the record size, what will be the record size? 10 for the ward string and 10 is for the Dr. ID and 4 is for the unique number, that is integer, and 8 is the date of admission. Okay, the size of byte. No, it will get this one object will get 32 bytes. This is record size. Okay, next I have written this patient is the object of patient ID, patient data. Okay, no, patient data is the structure and this patient is the object. This object can get all the attributes of this structure. Okay, what I'm going on, input record data. How it will record data? First of all, it will ask me enter the unique ID number. Okay, where it will store? It will store unique number, but I cannot get directly unique number. I can get through this patient. Okay, this patient dot unique number. Same way, this patient dot ward number, this patient dot Dr. ID. This patient dot ward. Okay, this is the Dr. ID, and here is the date of admission. Okay, I have given value, user defined value to these 4 attributes: unique number, ward, Dr. ID, and date of admission by using this patient object of structure type object. Here is I have used hash function. This is a hash function getting one parameter as a parameter, and it will return integer value. And what is going on? This is position, dim position as integer value, because I'm going to store the integer value into the position. What I'm doing, I'm getting the ASCII value of this parameter, patient unique number. I'm getting the ASCII code of patient unique number, and that will become the position, and after this it will return that position. Okay, next one, I'm going to open file for writing mode. What I have written file open. This is first parameter is 1, second parameter is name of the file is file.text. I'm writing in text file. You can write that also, but I'm writing text file. Open mode is random, and it will open with fixed record size. Record size is 32 bytes. Next one is find record. If you want to find record unique, you can get a parameter, that is I have given a name unique number, and then position as integer, and position will get hash function. Okay, hash function is unique number. How they will get the hash function? In the hash function we have defined, we can get the ASCII value to get the position. Okay, after this I will get the position and I will put file put. Okay, the parameter is 1, then this patient, this is the object of the structure, and then this position. They will store the record by using these 3 parameters. Okay, display the data. If you want to display the data, what I have written, I want to display the data patient unique number. This patient dot unique number. This is unique attribute. This is ward attribute. This is Dr. ID attribute. Date of admission. As I told you, if I want to get or set the value into these attributes, I must use the object of the structure, and object of the structure is this patient. Now in main, what I have written here, first of all, this is PID. I am getting the string and choice as integer, and here I'm going to display the length of the patient. Patient means that is the object of the structure, but now I'm going to apply the comment. First of all, I will open the file. Okay, and after this I'm asking the choice. Choice is 1, 2, 3. I'm giving 3 choices. Okay, and in 3 choices what I have written, if you will enter 1, choice number 1, it means that is add a record, or in case of add a record, it will input record data and it will save the data. In case of find data, what it will do, it will ask the patient ID number, patient unique number. Okay, and then they will find that unique number. After finding, they will display the data. If you will enter choice number 3, it will stop the 2, and after this it will display again these 3 choices, and you will enter the right choice. And in case of, if you will enter choice is less than equal to 3, then it will move again into the loop. But if you will enter 3, then loop will be stopped. After this, file will be closed. Now I want to run this program. First of all, I want to open this file. Name is patient file. I'm writing patient record file. Okay, this is my file. When I will run this, press 1 is for add a record, press 2 is for find a record, press 3 for exit. I'm going to press 1 is add a record. Enter the unique ID number. Suppose I am going to enter number 1. Ward number W1. Doctor ID number D1. Date of admission 010101 suppose. Now press 1 for add record, 2 for find a record, 3 for exit. I am going to enter one more record, 2 more records. 1. This time I am going to enter number 2. Ward number is W2. Doctor's ID is W2. Admission is 02/02 and /02. Okay, then I'm going to enter one more record, that is by using number 1, and this time I'm going to enter 3. This is W3 and D3 and 03/03/03. Okay, when you will enter, no, you are going to find a record. Now number 2, to find a record, which patient ID you want to find a record, enter the patient ID. Suppose you are going to number 2, then it will display me these values. Okay, patient unique number is 2, the ward number is W2, doctor ID number is D2, and this date of admission is like 2/2/2002. Okay, but now I'm going to find a record, another record, that is number 2. If I will say number 2 and I'm going to number 4, number 4 is not there. Okay, now here I have used now try. I will try to do this one. If they will throw any error and this error is catched by this line of code and catch exception as exception. Okay, and that time it will shows me console write down record is not existed. If I will run this program, I'm going to find number 2, find the record, enter the unique ID. If I will enter number 3, it will shows me this is record number 3. Okay, if I will try now number 2 to find a record, okay, now I'm going to enter number 5. 5 is not existed. Okay, if I will shows number 5, they are showing me record is not existed. Okay, this record is not existed, and here they are showing me the previous value of the code. It is a message record is not existed. Okay, now I'm going to press number 3 and then they will going to be X. Now I have applied change. What I did apply change, dim flag as boolean equal to false. I have taken this false, and in the exception I'm taking when it will get a position, then it will return true, and if it will not get the position, then it will return false, and while display the data. Okay, what they will do, if flag equal to true, then it will display the data. Okay, now I will show you again. Press 1 for add a record. Now I'm going to display number 2, find a record. Okay, which record I want to find? I want to find record whose ID is 3. Okay, they are showing me these values. Okay, now I'm going to number 2 again. Okay, when I will press number 2, they're asking me to enter the patient unique number. Now I'm going to find the patient unique number is 5, and this time they are showing me record is not. Okay, now they are not showing any display data. Okay, is it clear? If you need any help, please write me in the comment. Okay, this is the complete code. Okay, you can see this is a complete code. I have written all these tasks 3.2 to onward, all the tasks into one program. Okay, thank you. Jazakallah.